So today we're going to do a little work with homophones. We're going to use the story Dear and Dear. And you can see up here, I have it written out for you, Dear and Dear, a book of homophones by Jean Beretta. And the reason I want to do these words is because homophones are words that sound the same, but are spelled differently and have different meanings. Illustrated for you up here, of course, we have the deer like the animal, and then we have dear like to care about somebody that's close to us. And it's important to get those right, because if you wrote Dear Mom using this deer, you'd be implying that it was the mom of a deer. That's different than Dear Mom, I care about you, you're important to me. So we want to work on those, and it turns out there are a ton of words like this. So today, when we're done with this story, you're going to choose 2 homophones, you're going to write them, and you're going to illustrate them. And this author, Jean, has done a really nice job with his choice of homophones and his illustrations. So, Dear, dear, I now live at the zoo. Wait until you hear what goes on over here. Love, Aunt, Aunt. And then here is our aunt finishing her letter. Look at all her beautiful letter format. And here is the deer, presumably reading said letter. The moose loves moose. He ate 8 bowls. Look at that decadent moose, just enjoying his moose. I've never seen pink moose before, but okay. And there are those words. Have you ever seen the ewe? She's been in a daze for days. And here's our ewe with her eyes all big. That's him, the horse, who is hoarse from humming a hymn. So apparently we've got a choral group happening here with birds and a horse. There he is, the horse. It's quite a feat when the bat hangs from his feet. And here is our bat. And here are the words feet and feet. The monkey will tell you a tale as he hangs from his tail. I do enjoy story time. Here's our cute little monkey. The doe needs the dough because she needs the dough. Look at our very serious dough. I would not want a doe needing the dough from my pizza. Just saying. I can't imagine her hooves would be clean. And they have another doe there, but they didn't highlight doe and doe because those are homographs. They're spelled the same, they sound the same, but they have different meanings. We'll touch on those in another day. The toad was towed to the top of the seesaw so he could see the sea. Here's our toad. He's such a handsome little guy. The whale was allowed to wail aloud. Here's our whale, wailing, of course. The bear had to pause to bear his big paws. I guess he was breaking into the bear snacks. I'll show you in a second. There he is. Isn't he handsome? Hey, the elephant threw a pail through the big bale of hay. Look at that mighty swing. And there's the pail. Have you read about the red fox who blew blue bubbles? Here's our fox and his friends. And then there is our wording. The giraffe's long neck lets him choose what he chews. And I don't know about you, but branches are just not my thing for chewing. The cows in the herd were in a good mood. I heard them as they mooed in harmony. I love how the author / illustrator included the ant that was writing to his aunt on every page. And here's the wording. And then here are our moo-moos, or our cows. The bee flew away from the flea with the flu, and the bee can be sure that if he had the flea would flee too. That one was kind of a mouthful. There's our unhappy flea with the flu. And there's our bee looking a little bit worried. I don't know about you guys, but the social distance is happening there. There is no news about the news they keep to themselves. I don't know why, but everybody who draws news draws them with those little eyes looking very disturbed or irritated. Aunt Ant, you do have some very interesting new neighbors. I have a new neighbor too. Do you know about the hare with no hair? She's an expert on skincare. Love your dear, dear. So here is the hare with no hair. It's a rabbit. And here is our dear, dear. So, homophones, words that sound the same but are spelled differently and have different meanings, as illustrated up here. And there were many in this book. And if you want to do one from this book as you choose to, that's wonderful. If that doesn't appeal to you because you already saw the illustrations and you're like, I'm not sure what else I would draw, there are lists all over the internet. In the description, I will link you to a list of homophones. But if you don't like mine, not to fear. There were many, many, many ones you could just Google. And so you could pick some new and interesting ones from this list. I just want to show you, though, that the one I liked that I would have chosen to illustrate, however, for the sake of time, I'm not going to illustrate it. I have some pictures here. Is if I were to do this, I would get my piece of printer or construction paper. Let's see, we'll do it in blue. And I would take my paper and I would fold it in half. If you wanted to fold it in 4 and do 2 homophones and then 2, you could do that also. It's up to you to challenge yourself. But I requested 2, and the ones I'm going to use are feet and feet. And I like this one for numerous reasons. There's the word eat in this kind of feet, like an accomplishment. And I really like that as opposed to your 2 feet, because this is something you accomplish. Right? It's an achievement. It's something really cool. And so if I were to do this, I might want to eat my feet if my feet was a gorgeous rainbow cake, or if my feet was a Cheshire cat feet, because those would be my kind of feet. Now, if you are bored, the other kind of feet would look like this. And I just did a clip art one so that I could do any color clothing and skin tone I wanted. But again, I'd like you to draw, because when we draw, it makes more of an attachment in our brain, and we spend more time really analyzing the words, and it's a mnemonic device for ourselves. So you would want to sketch this or draw it yourself. For the sake of time here, I obviously used some images for you, but I hope you have fun. If that's not challenging enough, I would encourage you to maybe do a Google slide or a little book of homophones and homographs. I think you would really enjoy that. So, on that note, good luck with your homophones, and I hope you keep reading. Have a good day. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.